Hey, what's going on guys? I'm the Bottlenose Game Botter 4 and welcome to my free-to-play PKing guide where I'll teach you the ways of making a free-to-play account so you guys can enjoy free-to-play PKing and hopefully make some profit from it. Let's start off with account builds. The two main free-to-play PKing styles that they used are range melee and melee only. Reasons behind this is because they are the best way to kill your opponent. The main question players ask is what level should I start PKing with? Well, if you are new to free-to-play PKing, you want to be around the combat bracket of 25 to 31. Since in my opinion is the best levels to start PKing with. For range melee, the stats you want to start with are 20 attack, 35 to 46 strength, and 30 to 43 range. For medium level PKing, the stats wanted are 30 attack, 46 to 54 strength, and 50 to 62 range. And lastly, for high level PKing, the stats you want are 40 attack, 55 plus strength, and 63 plus range. Also, it is your choice if you want to get 13, 31, or 44 prayer. Let's move on to melee only. If you choose to make these kind of accounts, you want to start off at a higher combat level, due to the fact that it's somewhat hard to get kills at a lower combat level, unless if they are risking their HP. If you choose to start at a lower combat level, the stats you want are 20 attack and 35 to 45 strength. For medium level PKing, the stats wanted are 30 attack and 45 to 55 strength. And lastly, for high level PKing, the stats wanted are 40 attack and 59 plus strength. As said before, you can choose to get either 13 or 31 prayer. Now let's move on to quests and training. The free-to-play quests don't really give the best rewards, but there are some you want to complete when you've created your free-to-play PKing account. The quests you want to complete are Ernest the Chicken, Romeo and Juliet, and then Vampire Slayer. You want to complete these quests in that order, as you can start Vampire Slayer, start and complete Ernest the Chicken, and then start and complete Romeo and Juliet while continuing doing Vampire Slayer. If you guys do not know how to complete these quests, all you need to do is go into the description below and have a look at the quest guides there. So why Ernest the Chicken and Romeo and Juliet first? Since a new account cannot use the Grand Exchange or trade 100%, so for instance, if the new account has a Rune 2 hander and they want to give it to someone, they cannot due to the fact they need to wait 18 hours or in this case get 8 quest points. From doing these 2 quests, you'll get a total of 9 quest points, 5 from Romeo and Juliet and 4 from Ernest the Chicken. As for Vampire Slayer, you want to complete this quest so you can get 1 to 20 attack in an instant. Now that you have completed the required quest, you can now train your strength and range depending on the build you have chosen. From level 1 to 20, you can train at the chickens north of Fred the Farmer's home. As you kill the chickens, you want to collect the feathers, which will be explained later on. Once you have reached level 20 strength and or range, you can move on to the next NPC. The next NPC you want to train on are cows from levels 20 to 35. The cows are just east of the chickens which you trained from level 1 to 20 strength and or range. As you kill the cows, you want to collect and bank the cow hides as they are a good source of starter money. Now that you have gotten 35 strength and or range, it is now time to get the levels you want to start PKing. The last NPC you want to train on for 35 to 46 strength and 35 to 43 range is the flesh crawlers located at Barbarian Village Security of Stronghold, which are on floor 2. If you need food, you can collect the trout and salmon from players who have dropped them. Or as I said previously, you can catch them yourself with the feathers and a fly fishing rod requiring 20 plus fishing and 15 plus cooking. The advantage with this NPC is that you can safe spot them with range and give good experience. Now that we have the stats to start PKing, what is left now is to make money for gear and supplies. But first, it is your choice to either give starter money to your account. So if you are going to do that, you can skip to the next part of the video. Let's start off with the Stronghold security for a 10k start. From Barbarian Village, you can collect 10,000 gold to give your account a nice start for money. To be able to get this done, you will first need to go into the Runescape main website and add an authenticator to your account in order to collect the 10k from the Stronghold. As said before, you can get money from collecting cowhides. It is your choice to sell them as cowhides or tan them into soft leather, depending on the price of the 2 items. So during your training, try to collect as many cowhides as possible. Now let's move on to skilling. In my opinion, I would say fishing trout and salmon is a good way to get money flowing. If trout or salmon cooked is worth more than raw, I would say cook them so you can gain a little more. And for the last skill is woodcutting. When you reach level 60, you can cut yew logs which go for a decent price. It is difficult to find a good place to cut these trees down around the game, but once you find a good spot, you are good to go. Eventually when you are PKing on the high levels with 40 attack, PKing rune items from scimitars, battle axes, 2-handers, and even rune armor can total up to a good amount. Also, you can find wrist fights which can go for any amount, mainly 100k or more. Now let's go into the bank setup. This is an important part of the guide as organization is very helpful for PKers. With free to play, it is a lot more simpler as there are many simple ways to set up your bank. Let's have a look at mine. So as you can see, I have the main PKing gear at the very top, such as the maple short bow, the green van braces, the green chaps, strength amulet, arrows, food, as well as leather body, leather boots, rune two-hander, and my strength potions. Due to me having 31 prayer, I can now use the monk robe. So if I ever want to change my bank, I can just move these up over here, and then my organization has changed. It is still very simple for me to collect the items I need to go with so I can go and PK. It is always good to set at least a 50 to your arrows amount, but it really depends on how many arrows you want to use in the wilderness. Many people have different setups. If you would like to use mine, you can go back to my bank and try the setup for yourself. Now let's talk about the PK outfits and inventory setup. For what I have learned, you don't need to worry about wearing gear as it's mainly for defense. The items you want to always have on is the strength amulet so you can get the best hits for your KO weapon. As for inventory, I keep my KO weapon on the very top left side next to the strength potion. Everyone has a different inventory setup when PKing, but if you want to use mine, you can. Now let's learn about the fights in PKing. Knowledge of max hit. This is important as you want to know how high you could hit as well as your opponent, so no one is safing a lot. Every weapon has their own max hit depending on what weapon it is, if you're using a strength potion, what amulet you are using, and if you're using prayer. As I said before about the strength and range levels, these levels are for the best hits possible with melee and range in their respective combat brackets. I use a website called tip.io which can tell me my max hits with melee and range. If you are using these websites, let me show you how they work. So this is the max hit calculator that I use. As you can see, it is old style due to the fact this is an archive back in 2008 when they still had all the weapons that we use today. As you can see, you can set your strength level if you're using any item sets, if you're using aggressive, potions, prayers, anything like that. So let's start off with something simple. Let's go with 59 strength. At 59 strength using an accurate style, which is what people use, and using a strength potion, we can see that nothing's really happened. Our max hit will be 8 if we were deciding to, kick people. If we put a weapon in, let's say a rune two-hander, which is the most used weapon, we can hit a 17. But we are missing one more essential thing, which is a strength amulet. So if we put that on, our max hit will now be at 18. So if you ever want to know what your max hit is, this calculator is the best thing to use. All you need to do is go to your worn equipment, check your equipment stats, and just wear the two-hander and you can see what your max hit is with the melee strength. If you guys want to use these websites, all you need to do is just go into the description below and the link will be right there for you guys to use. I hope my free-to-play PKing guys helped you out. If it has, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more future videos. This is one of the many guides we'll be making and I hope they can help you guys out. So thank you for watching the video and I'll see you all for the next one.